Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hopefully you all are off to having a wonderful day. If you have not heard, I'm sure you heard because I saw a few people talking about it already. So Wells Fargo and Bank of America is closing a dozen branches. Over a dozen branches. We're gonna find out where they located as far as the state and things and see if our nearest bank will be closing. Well, branch. This article goes on to say with the rise of online banking, you can do more and more with your money through an app or website. Still, there are times when you need to visit a brick or mortar location to grab cash from an ATM or to secure a cashier's check. You probably know where your bank's local branch is, and it's comforting to know you can stop by in a pinch. But if you're a Wells Fargo or Bank of America customer, your closest bank might soon be on the chopping block. The chopping block. Let's see. So it says Bank of America and Wells Fargo aren't the only two financial service companies cutting back on branches. In July, PNC Financial Service Group announced that it would be closing a total of 135 locations inside of grocery stores. The Pittsburgh based bank chain kicked off closures this fall, with plans to continue shuttering branches over the next year. The majority are located inside giant food and stop and shop supermarkets in New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, Washington, D.C., with a handful within ShopRite stores in Pennsylvania. According to business journals, this isn't too surprising, as the removal of bank branches from retail stores is a part of a large trend. However, traditional branches aren't safe either, and closures are nothing new. According to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, data cited by CNBC Select, roughly 8,000 banks were in operation in 2000, but 2020, 22 years later, just half survived. Recent waves have even created banking deserts, leaving neighborhoods and communities without a bank or credit union within a 10-mile radius. Both Wells Fargo and Bank of America were forced to temporarily close locations in the late 2021 due to a labor shortage and a surge in C-19 infections, but now they're shutting locations down permanently. Who didn't see that coming? So I say Wells Fargo is closing branches nationwide. So welcome to doing everything online or traveling out of your way to get to a bank. When banks are closing branches, they are required to notify the U.S. Office of Comptroller and Currency of the Currency (OCC) at least 90 days ahead of the closing date via an advance branch closing notice. According to the Comptroller's licensing manual, these closures are documented in a weekly bulletin, the latest of which was published on October 29th. According to a recent bulletin, Wells Fargo is closing a total of 14 branches across the country. So that was since October 29th, their last report. Individual locations will be shut down in Chicago, San Francisco, Jersey City, and New Jersey. It does not surprise me that we made the list. Denver, Richmond, Virginia, Chandler, Arizona, Surfside Beach, South Carolina, Minneapolis, and Ponte Verde, Florida. New York will lose two branches in New York City and Manhasset, while Texas will lose two branches in Austin. Last year, Wells Fargo closed the most retail locations out of any other bank, according to CNBC, shutting down 267 branches. Numbers continue to fall this year, according to Winston-Salem Journal. At the end of June, the company operated a total of 4,660 locations, but that number was down to 4,612 as of September 30th. So Bank of America, they have fewer closings on the docket, but they will be shutting down a location in Darien, Connecticut, two locations in San Francisco, location in West Newton, Massachusetts. According to a Bank of America store locator, the Darien location will close on March 3rd, 2023, but no additional information is listed for the three other branches closing. Wells Fargo and Bank of America alone in their closure plans per OCC bulletin. JP Morgan Chase Bank is closing 7 locations in Michigan, New York, Texas, California. Citizen Bank, a regional chain, has 4 closures reported, and in Pennsylvania, in another regional operation, First Financial Bank is closing 7 branches in Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. Closures affect everyone, illustrated by the latest closure in both major metropolises and smaller towns. But CNBC reports that low-income and majority-minority communities, yes, are hit the hardest. If you're losing your brick-and-mortar bank, you still have options, and thankfully, most banking issues can be addressed virtually. But CNBC also recommends looking into online-only banks, as a study from J.D. Power found that they might even be better in most terms of customer service. So be prepared for more online banking, doing more things online, virtually, as your nearest bank might be closing. They did not give the exact locations as of yet. But just know your Wells Fargo or your Bank of America, PNC, First, what is that? First National Bank. Um, yeah, just your nearest bank might be closing, and you might have to either travel a distance if you need some cash. I say get your cash or whatever it is that you need on here now. Or your bank just might just be shutting down. You might not have access, depending on, like, if you live in one of those small towns and they decide to close the bank, and the next one is not like till another like 15 miles out. Like, it's definitely, that person will feel it. Um, thing actually been going to the online mode since the beginning of this pandemic anyhow. I think that was part of the plan too, to try to like switch everybody, get them comfortable with doing everything online. Even with appointments, they were online. Like, some of my appointments and my some of my kids' appointments are still online as well. Appointments, you got to take care of, certain things. It's online. Banking have been online for a while as well. You hardly need to go into a branch unless you need cash. Everything else is already done online. To even apply for a mortgage, that's done online as well. They make it so convenient, very convenient. But, we all got to look at the bigger picture. Let me know what you guys think about your Wells Fargo or Bank of America possibly closing. We have a few here in New Jersey that's closing. We actually had a PNC that shut down not too long ago over in Newark, New Jersey, off of Free and Heisman Avenue. So there was a PNC over there that shut down a few years ago. There's another PNC that shut down in East Orange, New Jersey, maybe about a year ago. They wound up actually moving to another location. Um, I don't know. The thing about living in a city is always some other place available, within the area. That's the good thing about living in a city. But for those of you who actually have that one bank in your area, how do you guys feel about it? Have any of you been seeing any banks close recently? Maybe it's some banks that actually closed that didn't make this article. That's a possibility as well. It's like, we're all getting used to it or have to get used to it. It's get with the program or not be able to basically survive. And that's the honest truth. If you're not going to get with the program, then you're not going to be able to move the way that you need to move and able to make it, to be able to make it regardless. But the stuff that's going on, it is what it is at this point. It definitely is what it is. But if you don't know, at least now you know that the Wells Fargos and Bank of Americas are closing a dozen of branches. So this is Shauna, and I'm checking out for Moments with Us. Hopefully this article reached someone today just to let them know, get some cash out the bank just in case you need it. Get some cash out the bank just in case. A lot of things are taken care of online though. Even like rent payments, your mortgage payments, the car notes. Everything is paid online. It's hardly anyone actually taking cash to these places or to their landlords or to pay bills unless they need a money order. But other than that, a lot of things are actually paid online. But, it is advised for you to keep enough cash on hand to cover your regular monthly expenses and bills. That's advised. But if you cannot do that and you rather just, keep your money in the bank, that's great too. Totally up to you. But it's advised to keep enough cash on hand to take care of a month or two of monthly bills and finances. So this is Shauna. I am checking out from Moments with Us. And hopefully you all are out there staying prepped, staying blessed, and staying safe. But most of all, remaining beautiful queens and kings. If you like this video, please go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you are alerted when I do upload. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.